Okay, hello everybody.
Hi.
I guess nobody knows me except my girlfriend, but so just let me introduce myself shortly. I'm David Pop. I arrived from Budapest, Hungary, and I work as a concert organizer, sound engineer, sound technician, DJ, and in fact, every of my jobs belongs to music or connected to music somehow.
As long as it pays.
Pardon?
As long as it pays.
Yeah. No. Even further. Yeah, or before, because sometimes it's not about the money. Most of the time, but it's another topic. Okay. So I started in 2007, maybe. Yeah. As a concert organizer, and I just, jump into it because I was working in a bar where they hosted programs, and I just was, curious about how should it works, and I just saw bands what I liked and wanted to invite, and I just got into it, and I've been worked to several venues, and after the COVID now, I just work one venue, which is called Lumen. It's a small cafe, and it's located in central Budapest. It's a cafe, it's a small place, but it's just good. It's we got a concert hall, and it's for around 50 or 60 persons. It's not a hall, It's in fact it's a big room where we hold concerts, and. From the very beginning of my organizing job, I just I just wanted to record the shows I booked. So after a while, I just, I didn't get a clue about sound engineering or anything. I just bought a very cheap small dictaphone, a small recorder. It was a little Zoom, it looked like a electrical shaver, was always joking. It was a shaver, and I started to record the concerts because there were a few purposes about this for me, because on one hand I just wanted to make a documentation about what is happening, because when you're in a good concert and there's less people, you feel that it's a shame that, come on, it's the best concert in the world, and there is, 50 minutes or so, and it's a shame that,
no one is there.
Yeah, no one is there.
Yeah.
and I think more people would be interested if they would hear it. So that was one of my purposes, and the other was that I felt that the best feedback for the musicians is not a critic or something after concert, it was good, it was alright, something, but the best if you can show themselves the concert itself, to hear them back. Okay, about concert after critics is another topic, because I think just a sentence about that. I think you have to be honest. If somebody is doing shit, you have to say that it was shit.
Amen.
Because yeah. Because if you say that it was okay, he or she won't be doing better. So you have to say it. So I started recording with this, but after a while I just realized that it's just not good enough, it's not makes good sound quality. So I started to learn about it. I went to school and started to learn sound engineering, and after I started to buy equipment, and now I get a small pop-up studio, which is not, very expensive something, but it gives a really good standard quality. So now I work with this, and I also work with bands, touring engineerings, etc., etc. Shortly, it's about me, but what about you? Who are you guys? You are musicians, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and what about you? Do you make music?
No, I play guitar a little, but
So you make music?
no, not like professionally. I'm a student, but
You
in
make
my free
music,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Then
Yes, you make.
you make.
Yes.
That was the
Yeah.
question. You're making music, okay. And what about you?
Yes, I make music.
Yeah, okay.
Now I published a book dedicated to this Corona period. It's here tomorrow. I have a presentation.
I see.
5.5, and there are poems, short text, and drawings. And also I have a kind of repertoire song, counter on guitar. Yeah. So in a way I am a musician. It's my hobby.
Yeah, okay.
Before I had a band that I quit, then continue just acoustic guitar.
And anybody
Acoustic
has...
punk.
Good.
Let's say kind of
Yeah.
acoustic punk, yeah.
Yeah, just forget to say about this because we are at our venue. We're also in many genres. You know, it's we organize concerts from folk to experimental electronics, hardcore stuff, through punk, jazz, and everything. But we are specialized in free improvised music here at Budapest. That's my personal favorite. But no, style matters anyway. And back to you. Anybody's got experiences about recording?
Me?
No? Yeah.
Us two are like producers of the band. Me, I'm the mixer. But
I'm kind of new to producing.
We've been working together. Like I'm giving him tips on what plugins to use, what microphone to use, how to use it, what to put on.
So you make your own recordings?
Yeah, I work in Logic. The song that we just put out a couple months ago, I basically did the whole production, just the mixing and the mastering aspect, like tidying everything up, did a guy from Novi Sad.
Cool.
But it's a home recording.
Yeah, home recording.
Yeah,
Basically
yeah,
my
yeah.
room. Yeah, my room, 2 monitors.
Yeah, okay. So you got knowledge about recording?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good.
I have also had experience with my phone.
It's always in your pocket.
That's something.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. It's got the sound.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everything. Sound.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't. They don't work together. So I just would like to show you some pictures about venues when I record. This is just a small picture. I mean, not a wide one, but this is our venue, Lumen. You can see it's a small room and it's a big band, and they're just standing in the middle.
Is this thing?
There's a microphone.
Or
yeah,
something like
that's
this.
the same. That's the same. I'm gonna.
Only one microphone for the entire group.
Yeah.
Get to.
Yeah.
Why then get to? Why then?
Yeah. But I just wanted to show you that that's the positioning what we like very much in our venue, because it works really well. This is a group play, jazz, free jazz, something like that. You know, there are lots of reeds, double bass, and drum, and the audience is just around. And I like this kind of concert feeling really much. Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
So you're saying the audience is around the band?
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
I'll have some follow-up questions, but when we get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about hearing or amplifying or what?
Yeah, about how do you project the sound
It's a good
to
question.
the venue?
It's
How
a
do
good
you do front
question
of house?
because there is no amplification at all.
Really?
Only the double bass got its own amplifier, and that's it. But come on, when you see there are 4 reeds, just imagine in a small room.
I assume it's a
just
smaller
start
room.
To do. It blew
It's
you
noisy,
away,
yeah.
really much, yeah. So I just wanted to show you that that's our venue, and this is my favorite setup for a band.
For jazz or for any
genre? Not everything, but
In its instrumental, that's important.
yeah, and the acoustic, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but I mean it's instrumental.
Yeah.
No, there's no
vocal
singer.
singer.
But sometimes we use it also when there is a singer, yeah.
Mhm.
And if it works acoustically, then that's the best. Yeah. Why I can't.
It's the best kind of mix. As soon as you don't amplify it, it's the truest form of sound.
That's another hello. That's another venue where I made recordings. I just wanted to show you. It's a place called Fono, also located in Budapest, and it was just a video recording, and it was contemporary music, very dynamic, and there's really this volume level, and also very high, very loud something.
So it's your goal there to capture everything?
Yes.
Everything, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
All the dynamic
And
ranges.
that
Yeah.
place, it looks like a restaurant or something?
No, it's just paintings on the wall and stuff.
Ah.
In fact, it's one of my favorite places to record because it sounds so good, really good acoustics. And you see there are, how many? It's me, but there was 8 people standing around. Everybody was acoustic. And I just put this, which is a room mic, I'm going to show you later. And everybody's got his or her own microphone. And that's what I used in the mix. Also,
So you're just using microphones to capture sound, not to project it, if I got you correctly.
it was just recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not amplifying anything the musicians are doing. Okay.
Not
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Third one, it was also here. In the toilet. And I just used the stereo mic because it was enough. It was also video or something, so we make.
If author is stressed and only can sing
In the shower.
Yeah.
If he's shy.
Therapeutic. Good.
Yeah. Nice. So it's also can be used. It's an effect
Yeah.
and looks funny for sure.
And you also commit to a sound. When you record it, you also get the room. You can't cut it out anymore.
Not
That's
at
the
all.
sound.
Not at all. Yeah, that's it.
The room
We
better
also-
sound good, I guess.
Pardon?
The room better sound good, I guess.
Of course,
Mhm.
of course.
No point in recording in a bad room.
No. It can be used for things, but yeah, it's not.
And one question regarding that
Yeah.
second picture, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a lot of flat surfaces.
Yeah.
But since you're not amplifying anything, I assume that's not a problem? Or usually when you project sound on a flat surface, it kind of bounces around and it makes it really weird to work with.
Yeah, can be, but this room is really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really bad. It's really
Which room? This one or
No.
The previous one.
The previous one.
And not the toilet.
the one that looks
Yeah,
like
they-
a
We
restaurant?
have, we have all the pictures.
On
The one that looks
pictures.
like a restaurant, right?
Yeah, the purple
Yeah.
one,
That
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
okay, sorry.
Yeah, I can use this as well. Okay, and it was also outside. I just also put the stereo mic here, and the musicians. It was experimental something. They just making noises and they were playing with the distances. That's how far they go from the microphone, how close, and things like this. She's a singer. She was going in front of the microphone and back, and it was really interesting something.
How do you handle volume differences when someone's very near and very far?
There, I had to make some afterworks, of course, but in fact, I just use up and downs. I just, I don't know what you know about limiters, it's just holds the beat. That is, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
What else I wanted to, okay, sorry, I have to show you this one because she's my dog and she's at every recording. She's really, you know.
Is she in some of the recordings?
Yeah, of course. She's specialized in clapping. When people are clapping, she starts to bark.
In rhythm or?
That would be really cool. She knows that the band's going down at the end of the song. Then she walks up and starts clapping. Yeah. I mean barking. But
that's her.
yeah, and she's on every, she's at every record, and now she's on many albums as well. Now she's on vinyl as well.
She's
because
your-
I left her sound.
She's your signature sound.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
What's her name?
Juji.
You
Yeah.
You are her assistant, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
You are
She's the
the
main.
Manager, you're the manager.
yeah.
Workshop here, you know.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
her.
I would like to show one more venue where we made recording because it's really called home recording.
Yeah, I can see mattresses.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
A lot
it's a guest house in upper Hungary in the mountains. Yeah. And we just rent it for 3 days, and fortunately the owner just know that we're gonna what we're gonna do there, because yeah, so we make everything upside down, because there were furnitures everywhere, but fortunately there were so many mattresses and wooden furnitures and everything what can be used for make a studio sound.
I'm sorry, am I allowed to take pictures?
Pardon?
Am I allowed to take pictures?
Yeah, of course, of course. No photo, no photo.
No brass now.
That's the other room.
Yeah.
That's the other room.
But they were playing together.
They were playing together because we got the luck that there were 2 rooms, and there was a door, a wooden door with a window in it. So it was like in a studio that they could see each other, and the door was automated very well, and I was monitoring them. So they use headphones to hear each other. So I did that in one room. That was the drum room. There are percussions under the blanket. Not seen now, but percussion. Yeah. Bongos, bless you. Congas and stuff.
Apology, not like a
Yeah,
comedy.
okay.
Nice.
And there's a drum kit. There's a wooden, what's the name
Cabinet.
of it? Cabinet, which sounds really good. And yeah, it was the other room.
And that's the technique that some of the classical composers of the 21st century used to. I think it's Penderecki or Ligeti. They use like 2 separate rooms, and had like 2 or 3 conductors conducting at the same time with 2 different orchestras in 2 different rooms at the same time. So making the effect of like distance music and everything like that. There's been an opera. Eric Satie, the French composer of the late 20th, early 21st century. He made an opera, but it wasn't for the being shown on the scene, but behind the curtains. So it was like the name is Parade. So you're sitting in a cafe and you hear someone walking on the street. So he wanted to make that effect, like you're listening to a concert, but it was.
You're not in the room.
Just
Just that
outside,
space
yeah.
to the music.
Behind the curtains. So yeah, that's the
Nice.
same effect. Like We use the
Yeah. And finally, that is my recording equipment from the
Very
back.
clean, very clean.
Yeah.
Very clean, yeah. Cable management on point.
Lots of cables. And this was my bed. It's really a home recording. We were just, sleeping beside the equipment and the instruments and everything. Yeah. So.
Did you record people sleeping?
Not yet, but and
Maybe moonwalking or something.
Did this film. He filmed himself sleeping for 8 hours or something.
While we were on the subject of dogs, there's Pink Floyd had a dog who sang blues,
Yeah, I know.
What's the name of the song? I can't remember.
It's just a string of blues, but the dog
Be
sings.
careful with that X, Eugene, on that song.
No, it's not in that song, but in the Pompeii concert.
Okay,
I know that.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you recording people like Stasi or something?
Stasi?
Secret police.
No. No. Okay, that's for the venues where I recorded. Let's make a theoretical recording here.
Sure.
Okay, what should be first? What should we do first? Okay, let's say that we have to record here.
Okay.
For example, I don't know, a saxophone and a double bass.
Okay.
There is no mics, no musicians yet. We have to find out how to do it. How do you start? What do you think?
Test the room.
Very good.
Applause for testing.
Very good.
Improvise on this room, right?
Yeah, find a spot where the sound sits, basically, and then play. If you're using like the dynamic microphone, place it
Away from the sounds.
away from the sounds. Like basically, find a spot in the room that best.
Well,
adjusts.
maybe you should choose the best microphone according to the room.
Yeah. Since
Before the microphone.
Before the microphone.
There is no microphone.
Okay.
No microphone or anything.
Yet.
So basically, find a spot where your sounds best sits.
Mhm.
Test out the musicians in that specific room, find the best spot for each instrument, and then start building sound.
Yeah.
press record.
Yeah, but what do you think about this room?
It's a bit
No.
weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clap. There's
Yeah,
a lot
of room.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
listen carefully.
headroom.
Just listen carefully.
Wow.
Well, I lost
A lot of
Do you know what
wow and
this? What is
flutter.
this?
Wow,
reverb.
right?
No, it's of course it's a reverberation, but there's something really interesting
Flutter,
happening.
right? What's the name? Wow and flutter.
Yeah. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
It's a standing wave.
Oh.
It's a standing wave. It affects between the parallel walls.
And just go
When
back
I
and
say
forth.
the same wave is
It's
going in
colliding
opposite
with each other.
direction, and
So it cancels.
No, it
I
amplifies.
just want it out.
Exemplifies
I
it.
just show you a picture about it because I was listening to it. It looks like this. It looks like this. It's a standing wave when the opposite directions make the waves stand, and that is really bad.
So
That's the
one way
worst-
amplifies
worst
the other.
thing in acoustic can happen.
Mhm.
Really. So, firstly, I say if we would have to record here, then the first thing that we should stop this
Yeah.
because it's really, really annoying. And you can, trick with the microphones, and there are cases that it won't be heard, but it's just not good at all.
Yeah, also I think rooms that are cube-based, like
Shaped.
shapes are
Yeah.
cube-shaped, thank you, are worst kind of rooms.
Yeah. That's it. If you see studios, for example, there are no good studios. There are no parallel walls
Yeah.
Mhm.
because of this. Yeah, because it reflects the worst way. and it's a cube, this one. So acoustically is the worst what can happen. So what should we use? What do you think?
Toilet.
Pardon?
Go to the toilet and
You have experience with that.
What should we use?
Maybe try to use the furniture
Yeah.
to our
Put a lot of
advantage.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
Put a lot of stuff in the room.
Yeah,
So
put
the
some
sound-
pictures on the walls maybe.
so the
Try
way
to
you can-
try to
like-
get in as much stuff as you can.
Curtains.
Eggshells.
Put
Yeah.
something into the corners, maybe.
Yeah, like a bass track.
Bass.
Also.
Because we would like to also recording a double bass, which is also a tricky instrument, because in a shape like this, bass also
Build up
You
sound.
basically
really,
build out
really
a
bad.
room.
Yeah.
Really, really
For
bad.
the double bass, the
Yeah.
sound, deep sounds travel through the floor. So probably we'll need to shut the doors down,
Yeah.
like blankets, towels.
Yeah.
Because sound can go travel under the door and go in the other room.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else we could do? We could divide the room up maybe with objects. Like in your example you did with the mattresses.
Yeah. So
With
what
the
about the
mattresses.
materials? What do you know about the materials we should use?
What
kind of
what kind
materials?
just
Stuff
about
like
that.
carpet,
Carpet.
Textiles.
sponges, this was the
Sponges.
Stuff.
what stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
stuff.
Blankets.
Because-
Pillows.
Because it dampens the sound.
Yeah, that's
That
it.
stuff.
That's it. Yeah, but reverberation, it's not just a bad something.
No, it's
Just this kind of reverberation, it's a really bad acoustic happening. Because reverberation, it's good. It's really, really musical. That's why we use artificial reverberators, for example, because it's so musical. If you listen to an instrument, you just don't hear the direct sound. You hear the reflections from the wall, and the quality of the reflections make the sound musical, and that's why it sounds good.
Yeah, but for that you need to have like a lot of bigger room.
Yeah,
A concert hall.
yeah, yeah.
If you're
It
trying
can
to
be
do
a
natural-
square one, but
Yeah.
it needs to be a big one, so the wave can go back to there. It needs to go
Yeah.
down.
And they use, of course, attenuators. This kind of materials just absorb the sound. But there are materials which diffuse the sound. And it doesn't matter, it matters what kind of material is it, because reflection can be very different, can be very different reflections. For example, concrete and glass, or stone, very flat materials are really hard. And harsh, and the reflections, when the sound got into it, it doesn't
Doesn't get absorbed.
yeah, and doesn't diffuse the sound nicely. It just very yeah, just reflects. And yeah, they're just enemies of good acoustics. But for example, wood, it's really good for acoustics, because also reflecting the sound, but in a really nice way. It's not flat at all. You know, it's got a surface, but it's not like this. Concrete is like this, but wood, if you zoom it in, it's like this.
It's a different.
And you know, when a sound's coming in on the concrete, it goes like this. When it comes to the wood, it goes different ways.
So it disperses.
Yeah. And that's why it can be used really musically. And that's why they use it in concert halls. Woods, for example.
Yeah, wouldn't be.
Yeah. So, back to our recording. It's this room, if I could Though I won't make a recording here because it would be a too big exercise to make a nice record.
A lot of duct tape and.
Yes, yes, and everything. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some sound examples, and I'm curious about. Can you just realize how was it made?
How it's made.
How
How
was
was
it
it
made?
recorded?
How was it recorded? Yeah.
Okay, it's got.
It's just a short one. What is it?
It's an acoustic talkie down.
Yeah, but
Classical to be precise.
yeah, but in
No,
What
metal,
way?
metal string.
should I?
Maybe you should show us all the recordings and then we can choose which one is which.
Okay, I show you the same recording, but recorded in a different way.
A different way or a different room?
No,
It
it's
was-
the same.
It was the same. It's
different material.
It's the same happening, but with a different
Recording technique.
method. And the third one. Okay, it's noisy, but it's not noisy. What do you think? How did I make these recordings?
show
It's
us.
the
Show
same.
us again. Show us
Okay.
again.
The last one must be a phone or something
definitely.
that's not.
No, it's just noisy. Okay, it's noisy, but
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Show you. First. Second.
Okay.
Noisy.
The first one should be a good mic. The other one should be like a piezo pickup or a DI signal or something like
You're
that.
in the way, but you mix it
Yeah,
up.
I mixed it up.
Second
It's the other way
The
around.
other way around.
Okay.
The first one was like
Because the first one
Live.
came
Cable
with the
directly in the
other
word.
one was
Yeah.
microphone.
That's it.
the second one is with the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The third
Yeah,
one I
I
have
hear a lot
already.
more
The
bass.
third one because of the noise. I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
What.
Okay, it's noisy because it's a room mic, but it's very leveled up and.
Yeah.
But it can be heard that it's totally different than the
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
And yeah, and what do you think? Why should we record different ways?
So you
Do
can
you have an idea?
You can blend
Well,
this
blend
out.
it and make different emotion, the different sounds.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
That's it.
or use whatever
Yeah.
suits the song the best, whatever suits the sound the best.
Yeah.
Are you
Well,
after,
what are
are you
you
going
going
after a
for?
warm sound or you're going after a sharp sound? You have different sources you can work with. You just have more options.
Yeah. you
Yeah,
get
and
it.
also if
That's
you
right.
record DI, you can always process it later.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a DI, both DI and a mic recording.
Yeah. So in fact, we use it because they got different tones,
Correct.
and you can mix them up what you desire, and that's it. Yeah. I show you the same. It's a bit different, but maybe demonstrate the same. Second version. I show you just the beginnings, okay? Once again.
Yeah. So it's two different recordings.
Yeah, I think the first one is like with some kind of surround mic, so you
An
know
overhead.
catch every
Every instrument from
Yeah.
with one mic only.
every part of the drum set, and the second one is every part has its own mic
Right.
and you blend it together.
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Wow.
opposite.
We always
The first one was.
Close mics, just close mics, and the second one was
and the other one.
It sounded
Like
like
over
a
a
sitting
room. It was a room mic.
Yeah.
It was a room mic, but in
Yeah,
almost in
she-
an overhead position.
Sorry?
It was a room mic, but almost in an overhead position.
I thought it was like
Yeah, that's make a big difference anyway. But you know, when you mix it together,
Yeah, it sounds great.
Sorry, this is the
This
mix on
is
with
the mix.
every instrument has its own microphone.
And it's an over.
And with
Yeah,
some,
so
both of them.
It's a blend.
so that's why we use different mics, because if you mix them, you can make a sound, and I think that's a drum sound. That's a good drum sound. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Do you have any questions about these recordings or anything? Hmm?
But these particular ones.
Yeah, or anything what we were talking about.
I'm just curious. I'm a nerd.
That's gonna be
And,
next.
yeah, I just want to figure out what that thing is. But other than that, I figured that the first and I figured out what we want to say with those examples. Basically, how to mix and how to blend sounds, and that's the major part of mixing both and everything. How to figure the rooms out and how to place the sounds all together if you use multiple microphones.
Yeah, yeah. You're at the point. I mean, that's a big challenge, because if you use multiply microphoning, that means that there is one source, and you use different microphone to record that very source. Because you would like to mix it and make a sound, and then you realize you have many problems. First of all, what can be solved with digital technology pretty well is the phase problems.
You mean if you record DI or doesn't
Whatever.
matter?
In every situation,
Okay.
when you record the source with multiply microphones. Typically, for example, it's an acoustic guitar or a bass when you use the DI from line and also mic the amp, or you record a drum with multiply microphones. Then you use close mics on the bodies. You use an overhead, which is over the drummer head, and you also use room mics in cases.
Yeah.
But my experience that you have to use room mic because it makes
For the
the sound
sound.
really good. First and the biggest problem is phase problems, because you know what's a phase? If you get the sound wave, it goes like this, because it's a wave. And this is a period. This is a frequency, it's got a length wave. And this is the amplitude. It's volume, in other words. It's not the same, but let's use this. And the problem appears when you record with different mic and DI, for example. Then the one or the other would start here, because it's in different distance from the source. So the length wave coming from the source reaches the microphone in different distances. So it's going to be like this. Or in the worst situation, going
Cancel
to be
each other
like
out.
this.
You get
And
no sound.
when this happens, they cancel totally each other. If this happens, it just modulates the wave. Sometimes it's going to be like this. It makes the amplitude much. Anyway, it affects the sound. So you have to correct it. In analog times, there were in better and professional mixers, they have a phase inverter, just a button. And if you push that, then it turns the phase. And from this, it's going to be like this. And problem solved.
Yeah.
But with digital technique, you can just do that. You get several channels, and when you open up your digital audio workstation, you can just hold the channels and move. What you cannot do at all with analog techniques.
Yeah, there it is. It's the
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's not that simple still, but you got tools to correct this. And that is the main problem with multiply microphoning. So, yeah, that's it. And of course, if you use multiply microphones, you have to, you know, EQ it well, because you would like to make a sound, and if every microphone catches the same
Yeah, you don't want the snare
frequency,
to
goes
get the
boom,
symbols. Yeah.
etc., etc., etc. You know, there are no universal
No.
solutions,
No, just experiment.
but these are the basics
Mhm.
you must know if you work with this kind of things. Yeah.
We should try out this because we do have only 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So, he's my friend. My musician friends call this David, which is what is my name, because I always put it in the middle of a band, and they just told me just, oh, David is in the way again. Anyway, it's a stereo microphone setup. I think I've tried all the stereo micings, and I find that this is the best. This is called Jacqueline disc, and it's from a sound engineer called Jacqueline who made this. And this is a disc, and it's very important. It's okay. He tried many measures and distances, but he found that this is the best. That this disc is 30 centimeters, and the mic distance is 18 centimeters. And the disc is wide for, what do you think?
Make a surround system.
Yeah,
To hear it like you hear it with your ears.
that's the point.
You don't want bleed from the other end into this mic and be.
That's the
other
point.
Yeah.
It's like your head,
Yeah.
because your head makes a shadow effect from one ear to the other. Yeah, so it imitates your head, in fact. And these two mics, it's very important that they are sphere mics. The direction characteristic is sphere. It means that it records from every direction. So this makes a real stereo. It's not an artificial something when you panoraming to left or right, but if you record this and put this one on the right, the other one is on the left, it's real stereo. And just try it out.
They can't wait like
You
this.
can just do it. I just got one earphone, so
We'll
I
take
don't know,
turns.
everybody, if if you're interested in, just try out. Come. You first, huh? But just, yeah, this one is left, yeah, like this. And I'm gonna show you. If I talk here, and I move to the other side, you exactly hear the direction from where I talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hello. 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 That's it. It's real stereo space, right? Just try it out, just speak to it, and you will hear it.
Yeah, you can speak.
Or do anything, yeah. Yeah.
I have stage fright, so no singing.
Yeah, okay. Okay, then give it to the others to try it out. It's important to put the right side. That is a left. Yeah, okay. Because now I speak to your right ear, and now I speak to your left. Is it right? No, it's left. This is right. Right? Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It works, right? Very much.
Ja,
Just
30
play.
centimetara dijametar i 15 centimetara. Ja 15 stigneš, ja pitat ću na Paljeđine. Gde sam pisao na mene u bagu kao na otac?
Next one. Okay.
Yeah, just right side, left side, left side.
Ne razliš naš kad ono oca poruku ja kad budiš u mogu.
Promjer 30.
30 promjer. Ja.
Promjer 18.
It works, right?
Did you say the mics are 18 centimeters away from the...
No, from each other.
From each other.
Oh, yeah,
that
makes sense. I read it.
They are this very sensitive microphones. One side.
In my left.
Maybe you mixed it up.
I think.
Knees?
I don't know. Hey, this one is left.
No,
This
that's
one is
right.
Yeah,
You
oh,
mixed
sorry.
up.
No.
No, but this one is right.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I always mix up the directions.
Trebamo pisat.
No, it's the other way around.
Really?
Could you talk into this side?
This side, this side.
It's coming into my right.
Yeah, okay. Then
So just
then
flip-
So I should
flip
probably
something.
just
Yeah,
stand like
that's
this.
right. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Hello. One side and the other. Let's get to the other side again. Yeah. It's real stereo.
It's actually
Yeah.
like this, right? Bolje to čujem na slušalcu nego ovako. Amazing. I tried.
So once again, one side and the other side, side and
Kada
the
ovako,
other side.
kako čudno zvuči, ali...
Yeah.
Samo da čuješ desno.
Going through my head.
It's just very sensitive preamps.
Preamp, yeah.
I'm just wondering how you split the headphones into actually they should just be natural split.
This one is left, that one is
What do you
right.
mean? It
Yeah.
goes to the left
I mean,
side
I
or
just
to
never
the
heard
other side?
that good stereo in headphones, so
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah, it's because of this setup. And
Yeah.
it's in fact it's a really good microphone and it's a very good preamp. So yeah.
What microphone is this?
DPA.
Okay.
DPA. It's Danish something. It's really good. Very. It was not designed for use
In this fashion.
in this situation, but it's very sensitive. It's fair, so it's good for this. And this was made to field recordings. They use it for noises and
This preamp.
yeah.
So you plug in that microphone with the puffy, what's it called? That protects against wind and so you hear. So they plug that in this or how? How do they use this in the field?
Because it can be
Battery powered.
it's an old one, so they just thank you. Right. Because they use a tape recorder also. It's an old one. It's just get 2 microphone ins and 2 line outs. That's really just an amplifier.
Okay.
But it's very, very sensitive.
But it needs a power source, right?
Not really. I just originally it wasn't for this. It works with battery. Yeah.
You modified.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Not me.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's it.
Nice.
Okay.
So you can record if you're in the woods, let's say.
Yeah, of
you
course.
use it for recording.
Yeah.
Nice. Because you have batteries, right? Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
So I understand.
And to tell the truth, if I would like to record the concert, that's my first choice.
Yeah.
I mean, this setup, I
Just
just put
this.
it there and press
you
record.
call it a day.
Yeah, and
Wow,
it's
wow.
amazing.
That's
really good.
That.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for this.
It's room mic, but it's just enough, you know.
Well, they haven't even.
It gives you a really national feeling after.
Yes,
If you
yes,
listen to it
yes.
back. It's noisy, not everything is very close, but it's like in a concert, you know.
Like someone is standing here.
Yeah.
One of the things.
Maybe, do you have a recording where you can show what is the output when you were using this? Maybe somebody will.
I got it on YouTube somehow, but I think time is up.
And your strategy is to always put it in the middle, or?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Thanks.
Man, if you have time, you're gonna spend it here if you're up for it. We have a lot of questions.
Yeah, okay, just ask me.
One of the things I wanted to ask, how important are mic pre's? Like, should we invest in those? Should we go in that direction, considering our level of music making and stuff like that? Like, we're not the top band or anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should
much
invest.
important.
Pretty much
Important preamps.
Yeah, but you know, as they say, your record chain is as bad as your worst part.
naturally.
And not really good mic with a very, very good preamp. It's really good.
It's gonna
Sorry,
sound.
Yeah,
does
but,
the preamp color the sound?
Sometimes, yes. But it's a good effect. If you get a good preamp, that's a desirable something.
An Avalon.
Of course.
And how are you with digital preamps? Do you think those are any good or?
To tell the truth, I really don't know about digital. I haven't tried. I know that there are some